Hello, my name is Josie Gallup, and I'm the Communication Associate at COMPASS. Today, we're going to be walking you through a virtual presentation on transportation projects in the Regional Transportation Improvement Program and the Regional Long-Range Transportation Plan. In just a moment, two of our principal planners, Austin Miller and Tony Tisdale, will present on these transportation projects. It is our hope that you will participate in our public comment period, which will be open until midnight on July 31st. Please make sure to leave any questions or comments you may have in the comment section below, and we will be sure to reach out to you as soon as possible. To submit official comments, please visit compassidaho.org. Before we get to the details of the comment period, here's a brief overview of COMPASS. COMPASS is the forum for regional collaboration in Southwest Idaho that helps maintain a healthy and economically vibrant region, offering people choices in how and where they live, work, play, and travel. This is also our vision statement. So what does COMPASS do? COMPASS functions as a council of governments in Ada, Boise, Canyon, and Elmore counties, and as a Metropolitan Planning Organization for Ada and Canyon counties. We have four primary regional roles. First of all, we plan. We plan for the future of the transportation system here in the Treasure Valley. We implement. We help to advance regional goals and secure the financial resources to do that. We offer grant assistance, we have our own Communities in Motion grants, and we regularly assist member agencies in acquiring funding. We offer technical expertise. We are the regional source of data and expertise in geographic information systems, also known as GIS, demographics, and modeling. We offer mapping services and much, much more. And lastly, we facilitate. We bring stakeholders together, provide a forum for regional involvement, and facilitate collaborative decision-making. This presentation focuses on the planning and implementation roles, the long-range plan, and getting those projects funded. So without further ado, I'll pass the mic over to Austin to talk about the Regional Long-Range Transportation Plan, Communities in Motion 2050.
Hi, my name is Austin. I'm a principal planner here at COMPASS and the planning team lead. I'll briefly introduce what the Regional Long-Range Transportation Plan is, why we would amend it, and what the changes for this proposed amendment are. Long-range transportation plans are required for regions, such as the Treasure Valley, with a population over 50,000 people in order to receive federal transportation funding. In general, these plans are required to look at least 20 years into the future. They're updated every 5 years. They plan for the multimodal transportation system that meets the needs of the forecasted growth to the horizon year of the plan. They're fiscally constrained, which means they can only show projects as funded if we can show we reasonably expect to be able to pay for them. And they include public and agency involvement and feedback throughout the planning process. The current plan, Communities in Motion 2050, was adopted by the COMPASS Board of Directors, your local elected officials, back in 2022. You can find the full online plan on the COMPASS website. The proposed amendment is to make changes to that plan. So why would we amend the plan? Well, Communities in Motion plans for regionally significant projects. Think of the big ones: capital projects on I-84, state highways, arterials, which are your larger roadways, not necessarily the ones right out in front of your home. But as we touched on a moment ago, this is a multimodal plan, so it's not just about roads. We also plan for public transportation, such as buses, commuter vans, and major regional pathways like the Boise River Greenbelt. Communities in Motion describes which projects will be funded and completed between now and the year 2050. However, transportation needs greatly exceed funding, so many of our identified needs were left unfunded in the plan. As state and local efforts and budgets change, the plan needs to be amended to reflect changes to which projects will be funded during the life of the plan. This proposed amendment adds a new funded project and removes another based on updates from local agencies. By amending the plan, we ensure we're staying up to date with what has happened in our region, as well as enabling work to begin. So let's look at the proposed changes. The project being added actually includes 2 multimodal facilities. In 2023, the Ada County Highway District received grant funding to design a dozen different facilities in the cities of Boise and Garden City. Since then, ACHD has been systematically building them, working their way down the list. Last year, we were able to find funding for 4 of them and adjusted the plan accordingly, and this amendment would be adding another 2 for construction. One is on 43rd Street in Garden City. This project would build new curb, gutter, sidewalk, and pedestrian ramps along the corridor connecting Ustick Road and the Boise Bench to the south side of the Boise River Greenbelt. This project would also add a pathway along Kent Street in Garden City from US 2026, also known as Chinden Boulevard, to Allworth Street near Westies and the fairgrounds. This amendment would also remove a project from the funded list in the plan. As I noted earlier, we need to be able to reasonably expect to pay for a project for them to be listed as funded. While Ustick Road between Franklin Boulevard and 11th Avenue will remain in the plan, it is no longer anticipated to receive funding, so it's being moved to the unfunded list. However, the project, to widen this section to 2 lanes in each direction, a center median, and to add multi-use pathways will remain a priority in the plan as we search for opportunities to get it back on the funded list. If you're looking for a bit more info on either of these projects, the list of the proposed changes is available online. Please go and check it out. With that, I'll pass to Tony to tell you more about the Regional Transportation Improvement Program.
I'm Tony Tisdale, Principal Planner and Team Lead for Resource Development. Over the next few minutes, I'll introduce you to our programs and provide what you need to review proposed transportation projects in the Treasure Valley. Communities in Motion is implemented through COMPASS's Resource Development Program. It is at this stage that transportation projects move from planned to funded so that they can come to fruition. The Transportation Improvement Program, or the TIP, is the budget of federally funded and regionally significant transportation projects that implement Communities in Motion. We update it each summer and budget for 5 to 7 years out. The draft project list for the years 2027 through 2033 is now complete, and we are looking for your feedback on which projects were selected for funding. We'll share your comments with the COMPASS Board of Directors and technical committees to inform their decisions. We have 3 reports that will help you wade through all the projects we anticipate will be funded over the 5 to 7 years in the Treasure Valley. The basic project list, the detailed project list, the major changes list, and an interactive map. I'll give you a summary of each of these reports and how to use them, and then we'll cover the next steps in the process. You will find the links to all the review information on the COMPASS website. The main page, compassidaho.org, will point you to the comments webpage, which will have all of the information necessary to make an informed comment. Developing the TIP is an ongoing process taking more than a year to update. Needs identified in Communities in Motion 2050 directly impact the projects funded in the Regional Transportation Improvement Program. Your cities, counties, and highway districts submit applications to fill transportation needs as identified in Communities in Motion. Projects are scored based on regional goals, and the highest-ranked projects are funded through various programs that we manage. We are focused now on the projects moving forward for funding. Next, I'll walk you through the various reports we have so that you know what you're looking at and how to find information. If you're new to reviewing the TIP project list, you might want to start with the basic list. It includes just the very basic information about projects in the TIP. It's a high-level summary of all the projects in the program. Everything is the same in this report as the detailed reports. It's just missing most of the detail. If you want to see what projects are included, start with this list, then move into the detailed report to learn what's happening. The detailed report, as you can see, includes a lot of information. Much of it is federally required, but some items are provided to help you better understand the project. The report is over 100 pages. Please know that before you try to print it. It includes all the details of a project, such as previous expenditures or those costs that were obligated before fiscal year 2027, a total cost of the project, funding sources, matches, etc. A few things to note: the projects are listed in alphabetical order by title. All the amounts are in thousands of dollars. The main reason for the truncation of the dollar amount is just to make all the information fit on the page. We cannot construct a rehabilitation project for $2,639. This project will cost $2.6 million. Because of limited space, we also use some acronyms. We try not to use too many acronyms, but many of the programs have lengthy names. When possible, we provide the acronym with the term within the description. There is a document on the website called Transportation Funding Terms and Acronyms, Unraveling the Jargon. This document is sort of known as our decoder ring. You may search for projects by name, main word, or key number by hitting Control F and then typing in your search. This project has multiple funding sources, which is fairly common, as these projects are typically expensive, and it can be difficult to fund a project fully with only one source. The intent is to provide cost estimates as accurate as possible to what the total cost will be. We also show how projects meet our performance measures, shown here in the tip as tip achievement. These include local performance measures that tie directly to the long-range transportation plan and also required federal performance measures. Once we have all the projects approved, additional analysis of the performance measures, along with a lot of other background and details, will be provided in a larger tip document. If you're already familiar with the tip, this major changes list is very helpful. It provides all the major differences between the fiscal year 2026-2032 tip and the draft 2027-2033 tip. Projects are listed by funding type and then category of change. New or removed, when a construction phase is advanced or delayed, or if there's a major scope change. This report is intended to help you see the big changes if you're already familiar with the projects in the tip. If you're a more visual person, we also have an interactive map on our website. The link to the map is provided on the webpage. One helpful hint on the interactive map is this program doesn't work very well using Internet Explorer browser. Please use Chrome or Firefox to view the interactive maps.
Are you aware of the projects planned for your area in the next 5 to 7 years? Now is the time to submit your comments. Take advantage of this opportunity to make your voice heard. The public comment period regarding these projects begins on July 1st and runs through midnight on July 31st. This is your time to review the information and make comments on the proposed changes to Communities in Motion and the projects included in the draft tip. We will also be having an in-person open house and ice cream social on July 7th from 3 to 6 p.m. This will be in Centennial Park at the Gazebo. This is just the park right next to the Compass office at 700 Northeast 2nd Street in Meridian. Come get the scoop on transportation projects planned for your area in the next 5 to 7 years and submit your comments in person. We have invited our transportation partners to join us in highlighting regional transportation projects as well. You don't want to miss it. After the public comment period, all of your comments will be reviewed by Compass staff, and then any changes based on the comments will be made or recommended as appropriate. All comments with responses will be shared with our technical committee and then posted on the Compass website for you to see. Upon review of the comments and any proposed changes based on them, on August 5th, Compass's Regional Transportation Advisory Committee will be requested to recommend approval of the Communities in Motion 2050 amendment and the TIP project list to the Compass Board of Directors for their approval. The Compass Board of Directors will also be provided all the comments received and changes recommended by the Regional Transportation Advisory Committee, and then requested to approve the amendment and the project list on August 17th. And then by the end of December, we expect federal approval of the amendment and project list. Thank you for taking your time to view or listen to this presentation, and we hope that you will leave a comment with any questions you have regarding the proposed Communities in Motion amendment and the draft tip. To leave an official comment, please visit the Compass website, compassidaho.org. If you have any questions, please comment on this video or contact us directly at info@compassidaho.org or at 208-855-2558. Thank you, Treasure Valley. Drive safely.